What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Out of Heroes, and today, well, we've gained a lot of power on our Transcendence heroes. I mean, even Scarlet Queen Halora here, you can see we are slowly but surely leveling her up further and further. We have some pretty interesting effects here as well. We now have that increases all allies' energy, which is really cool. But this has given us something that is a huge advantage. This now gives us Divine Power 5, which means we're getting 50% additional damage. I want to see what this hero can do if we bring her back into Sealand, where we haven't been in a very long time. I mean, we even have some Ignite and stuff on our, but we got a lot of them. Honestly, what we're going to do is this right here. We're going to jump into this. We're going to see how far she can take it. Technically, we got like some other heroes as well that we can throw in our team. We got a lot of Ignis copies, like a lot of them. So let's see what happens. We, of course, have her core as well. I'm kind of running her offensive a little bit. We do have a crown on her, which honestly we might not need. I think at this point, her damage reduction alone, just from having her origin level, or not her origin level, sorry, her destiny transition level, is probably enough that we could get away with using an antlers cane. Because as you guys can see, like, we're really not taking damage here, and she is just absolutely crushing the enemies without discrimination. Yeah, let's give that a go. One thing I want to make sure I do, because I don't want to forget for later. I messed around with my heroes a little bit. I think going for like a speed crit. I think I want the crit chance. I don't know. I feel like this is a good build. Damage reduction, armor break, crit chance. I feel like this is going to be good enough to get us very far in Sealand. So let's see how this goes, especially running an antlers cane now as well. I guess we could right now run a melodic strings, and that might actually be a better option, because then we might win in just the first couple rounds. You know what? Let's try that actually. Let's do that instead. Let's go back to here. We got 5 melodic strings on this account now. Holy cow. Either way, I think we should make it to like 34, maybe 35. We'll have to see how it plays out. But we have a lot of heroes here that should give crowd control immunity, if they even die. The other thing we have is a crazy strong treasure train now compared to what we previously had. So either way, this should be very good for us. We're just going to chain feed energy everywhere. We aren't fast enough even with that speed stone. So going for speed might not matter. We really need one of these Ignis to die, and they have literally no gear. Oh man, so maybe running control immunity instead of damage reduction is the better pick. I don't know. It literally is just going to take us 2 actives to kill waves. Maybe 3. Okay, maybe 3. It looks like 3, but not even the actives are needed right there. So let's see how far we can take it with her real quick. I'm pretty sure we can make it through these first few levels very easily with a melodic strings, like just very simple. And what this is doing is getting us even more Cloud Island materials. One thing to remember, she's not even in a main household right now. I just thought of that. And she doesn't have her tenants. Oh my gosh, I just realized that as well. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's do a little sorting here. Let's get you out of here. Let's put you up over here instead of the Freya, because I want Freya as a tenant. Oh, I guess I don't need Freya as a tenant because I got the Asmodel. Sure, why not? They're still not even like super high level or anything, but that does give us a lot more power. So let's buy like 10 more of these, and we should be able to crush our way through even maybe 34. And we'll watch 35 to see how that plans out, because this right here, okay, here's where we gotta actually pay attention and see how our heroes are set up. The Ignis are dying very quickly though, but that is good because now we don't need to use control precision. Instead, it looks like we can use a attribute reduction debuff removal and maybe a crown. So let's fix that up. So let's go with a defensive artifact here. Speed crit, honestly, I don't even know if that's going to be that good. We can drop our crit chance down a bit as well. I think sticking with Purify on there is good, and then crit, and I'm thinking armor break. We'll have to see if the enemies are actually blocking our attacks here. I don't know. Let's take a look at combat and see how this actually plays out here. I think though, just going for a tanky artifact is going to help us immensely. We will go to the longer rounds, of course, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We have plenty of Ignite on our team, so we get multiple boosts of energy in the early rounds, and then the later rounds we'll just have to kind of do what we need to. However, we do give ourselves damage reduction with our actives as well because of our power. And yeah, so long as we can kind of take the hits on every single round from here on out, we should be able to clear this with the buff from the wolf. Yeah, looks like we're kind of good, and it looks like we're good. So that is a clear of 34. Let's see if 35 is possible as well. If it is, that's going to be absolutely amazing. This is going to be perfect. We do have Horrify, but again, if we're getting actives, it's fine. It eventually wears off. We are getting rid of that attack. I think that's an attack reduction, because I think that's the crit reduction. So again, as long as we're just able to tank all the hits every round, we should be fine, because we should at least crit on one target, which should be enough to full heal us. The question is, do we have enough damage since we're not getting that many actives off? We're going to need a really big hit in this last round or two. The downside is they're getting rid of our energy. Oh, no active at the end. One last round. Oh, just enough to get the clear. Thank you, game. Let's see if we can continue this going against the Warriors as well. This one shouldn't be as bad because I don't think the Warriors drain energy, although that's quite unfortunate. Double CC. So even though we have the Ignite dying, giving us control immunity, didn't work in the first few rounds. Again, this is really going to come down to the wolf monster getting all his buffs out. Sadly, we're not getting too many actives here because that helps boost the monster up. But I think we're good. Yep, we're good here too. So we have the duo wave. We'll buy a few more attempts here. I don't imagine the boss is going to go down in the first attempt, but you never know. It might work out perfectly for us. Again, we just have to be strong enough to absorb all those hits. We could also try using an Augustus Magic Ball here too, because it might be lowering the damage enough to survive. And plus, then we're blocking on top of that. Right now, if you guys can see, we're just, I mean, actually, we are occasionally blocking a lot. Other times, not so much. We are on the verge of death every single time as well. Oh, we do take too many hits. The crown does seem to be weakening. I don't think a fan would be strong enough. Like I said, I kind of actually, you know, I wonder how Magic Stone Sword works nowadays. I mean, we have very big HP pools. Magic Stone Sword might be a nice damage reduction ability. I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. It does help with control immunity though, which is a nice thing. It looks like it's going to be too weak. Once they start hitting us, I think every single round, I think we're going to go down pretty quickly. Yeah, it's not strong enough for something like that. If there were less than 4 targets, we would be fine. Where am I going? Queen. There we go. Queen, let's go with... Actually, you know, I wonder if Wildfire Torch would even be good. It could be. Let's try the Augustus Magic Ball. I want to see if the amount of attack we have nowadays is more than enough to barely take any damage. So we're going to be blocking a ton now. Hard to tell the first couple rounds because we also have allies dying, but let's see what happens here. I mean, it seems pretty strong compared to a crown. I mean, sometimes it's a little sketchy when they use all their actives and stuff. No, it's still too weak. Still too weak. Let's try a fan as well. Why not? We might as well go through the paces, try all the defensive artifacts out, and see which one comes out on top. Most likely is going to be the crown that is taking the crown here. But again, you never know. This regenerates every round, so it's additional healing on top of that. 30% of our HP, so that could be a big difference. I mean, it kind of holds through a lot of the attacks, actually. And then we full heal every round. They are draining energy, which is annoying. But the fan is more offensive than the crown, too, so... this might work well because we get that additional 30% HP heal at the beginning of every single round in the form of a shield. Seems to be working out really solid, actually. Fan really, really strong. The fact that it regenerates, well, let's see if we can actually beat Sealand 35 with our queen. That would be an awesome feat. I feel bad to get CC'd immediately. And if we don't have CC removal, we are done for. Oh my goodness, that was really bad. That was like one of the worst scenarios that could probably happen. I feel like we can get 35 done. It's going to take a few tries. Although there's a 5th target now. We have to see if the shielding is strong enough, because the shield seems to absorb the entirety of the boss attack, and then at that point, the enemies get to go ham on us. This is very questionable. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. It's too weak. I think we need to survive with a crown. And even then, I mean, I guess we were having the wrong setup here. Even then, we might want to drop... Man, I really hate dropping armor break for, like, block, but we might need to do something like this to survive. And then just hope we actually have a high roll in damage and we manage to surpass the enemies and get the victory. I wonder if I should be using a different type of stone. Yeah, we're blocking like most of the attacks, which is definitely helping. I think if we didn't have the block, we'd probably be, yeah, we're still dying even with the block, which is crazy. Well, we can see what we would do if we went even tankier and we went, instead of block, with full-on armor, because armor, 80% armor is a ton of damage reduction. Let's see how that works out here to see how much damage we're taking on these hits. Always hard to tell in the first few rounds just because the Ignis are dying so quickly here. They're hitting for about 50 to 58 million. Yeah, it seems to be working good because we could always high roll a block, but it's really, really sketchy here. Really, really sketchy. There's really no crowd control we can do here. Obviously, we don't need to crit any more than we already are. We definitely need the healing. Man, oh man, the only other thing I could think is literally going to this, but then our crit chance literally plummets down to 7. We've got to go with our speed crit just to have a decent chance to heal. And give this a try one time. It might work, maybe, I don't know. If not, we'll come back and maybe try it again another day. I'm not doing this one. Nope. We're not letting him CC us the first round. We are going to get these attacks going immediately. Okay, so are we tanky enough now? Not really. We're barely hanging on by the skin of our teeth. Nope. We are just not tanky enough, it seems like, for Sealand 35. So Sealand 34, definitely doable. 35 is going to take a little bit more. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time.